All right, checking in on some progress. Made some progress on a few fronts. And let's start here. We're going to put a rocket into the sky here in a while. And to do that, we need fuel. We need to mix down the oxygen and volatiles into a holding tank. And when we're satisfied it's ready, kick it over to the priming cooling tank, get it cooled just right, and then put it on the rocket. I'm pretty sure this code's going to work the way I want. So let's try it. The fuel mixer code. It's pretty simple. Hey now, it's pretty simple. We want the fuel mixer. What? Oh, right, I was goofing around making sure that switch is in the right position. We don't need any of this. How's your day? I got a timer going. Oops, I didn't start it. Okay, now I started it. I got a timer going so we can't goof off too long. Come on. Loop. Check the switch. Otherwise, 7 MPa is the first part. We're going to pump up 7 MPa of our volatiles into the mix tank. Oh dear, 7 MPa is a long time to sit here and watch it, isn't it? You know what, for you, viewer, how about 2 MPa? If you watched Mars, you've seen this thing run. It's going to hit 2K, and then, come on. Then what is it doing? Is there any clue on the setting? Current pressure. Oh boy, of all the shit I'm going to show you, and if it's less than 2,000, then load it by putting on. Oh, right. That's the. All right, so let's go to 2,300, and then if it's greater than 2,000, that's the fail safe, and this is the actual pressure. My hokey little programs. Now it's going to go up to a point, and it's going to stop and start bringing on oxygen until it's exactly properly mixed. 23, 24. Note the temperature is just the average of the one and the other, so not quite cold enough. Then it's getting close to the number, so it slows down and stops at 31.8. Whatever. And then we're satisfied, so we'll dump it into the staging tank. And we have the air conditioner all set up to cool it down to a certain point. Probably on Europa, using the methods that use the atmosphere would be a better choice. So let's let that finish, and I'll just check in with you on better choice. So like we do over here, we just use the direct heat exchanger. That won't work for carbon dioxide. I think I was talking about the problem in my last episode. We need it chilled down to a certain point, and if you just use that gross method with the direct heat exchanger, it will blow up. But look what I found. Look what I came up with. So we're going to take some of the hot CO2, super hot. And now our tank is too hot at 128 or whatever. So then the cooler kicks in, and the cooler tests now and says how much water, how much liquid oxygen is on the line. If there's too much, then stop until it drains off. Then kick it up again until we have that same problem. And it will keep doing that until the tank is cooled to the target temp, and then I'd come through here and take that mixed or cooled and pump it into the main system. 1.74, that's good. At about 30 is fine, because we're just going to add little bits at a time, little amounts at a time, and then the greenhouse cooler will take care of bringing it down. So the ferns, no, the soybeans and the potatoes are growing nicely, and what remains to be done is the nitrogen. I've got pressure that I like, I've got temperature that I like, I've got CO2 that I like, and for soybeans we also have to have nitrogen in the mix. But it does, it pumps out those things perfectly. That's great. I did learn something while I was working on these other projects. I did learn something kind of cool. So the issue is the light management. Getting the lights just perfect does require a bit of work. And what I found was, when they're growing, they tell you that they're stressed. If you let them grow long enough, see that? Oh, these are all grown. But if you let them grow long enough, they'll tell you, I am light deficient. All of these guys are saying, I could use more light than I'm getting. So we can come over here, and I already did it, I think. We come over here and say, well, if you're light deficient, how about another few seconds of light every day? So it's hard to tell what's going on, but if you leave them sit in their planter long enough, they'll tell you what's going on. So that's cool. Oh, and that room, perfect CO2 and pressure, nice. Ferns. The ferns. Pretty well dialed in, baby. Where they were. Light deficient. All right, so the next batch of ferns. Greenhouse control. Next batch of ferns. Let's go ahead and give them a little bit more light, and every morning and night. We'll say 30, so that's going to be a full minute in a day that they'll get. But what we really want to do in here, and I think I'm ready to do it, we've got the greenhouse controls, we've got a little bit of auto shoot management, and we've got the tasks and the trays. Let's look at the tasks. Just double check. Come on. Just double check. 7, 6, 10, 8. Seeds in. 7. What is 7? Oh, it's ferns. 7 for seeds in. 6 for seeds out. 10 is where we get the fertilizer. And 8 is where we drop our fruit. I think that's good to go. And then the trays. Properly named trays, and I know that the abort location is right because he's sitting right there. So let's give her a rip. Tasks, trays, tasks, go. Go, you fucker. Why are you not going? No blink, blink, blink. Trays, 777. What? Come on, load. Work the stack. Jump loop, test. Don't do anything. Again, I think I was just making sure that the switch is on the way I want it. which is that way to run. He says, ooh, here's some seeds. I am looking forward to writing the hydroponics specific version of this, but right now I'm looking forward to other things. I'm not looking forward to sitting here and watching him do his work. He's going to pick that up. He's going to take this over here. He's going to drop it off. So I think I'm about ready to take on the next big build task of faking the whole ferns and soybeans equals milk. This is going to run. Let's not just sit here and watch it run. It's going to do the next thing with the next tray. Yes, of course he is. So I think I'm ready to start faking the milk, and I had a thought while I was away. Let's find out for sure. Does milk spoil? Soy oil never spoils. Ferns do spoil, so we need to be sure and process them in a timely fashion. Does the milk spoil? Please say no. No. Damage. Is that... That totally queers the whole plan. You may recall I got it all sussed out so that you put in a soybean and you get back soy oil. And I do this because I've got a silo in there full of soybean oil, and I don't really care what happens to the soybeans. You put in a soybean, if it rots, whatever, because you get non-perishable soybean oil, and you can even stack them up and use them years later. Milk, I'm not going to be able to... I mean, my only hope is that if I fill a silo full of milk, it doesn't come out as spoiled milk. Otherwise, it's going to just be hokey as hell. But there's nothing to be done about it. You can't automate the shit, so whatever. Alright, so we've mixed down some fuel, dumped it in a insulated tank. That's not enough fuel to launch, but it's enough fuel to talk about another problem that I noticed. Now, why is the temperature going down? Because the air conditioner is running. -8 is not where we want to be. We want to be around -25 for the tremendous pressure that this fuel tank's going to take on. And just a second. Turn that off. Put it away. Thank you. So the fuel loader. The fuel loader, rocket fueler. Make sure that there's always plenty of gas in the loading pipe. And then we can extend the umbilical if we turn it on. Okay, and then on Mars, seeing it, did you see it? It loaded, put a little more fuel on there because it went over here. On Mars, at your leisure, fill that tank, and when it's right, you can go. On Europa, not so much. Let's take this good at 0 bytes. Damn it. The prototype tray is at 0 bytes. Lovely. Let me get that code. I was working on it. Let me get that code. I think this is right. No. Paste. Confirm. Oh dear. All right, so the rocket needs to, we got to know about the pressure, pump, this bugs me, guys. We need to know about the... Do I have another version? No, this is the version. Well, we'll find out. We need to know about the pressure, the pump, or the tank pressure, the pump, the engine pressure, and the avionics. Are these pins even set right? Yes. Prototype. There's your prototype code. Now, if we put this over here, the tank's going to start filling. Because these pins are right, yes. The tank starts to fill with whatever gas it can get. The prepared fuel is being loaded onto the rocket. And observe, 8.67 is our temperature. Well, the bitch of it is, this is not an insulated tank. See how the temperature's going down? And I tried sealing it up like it would be in space. No. Space. In space it doesn't change temperature, but sitting here on the Europa launch pad it gets colder and colder. And so I guess the only answer is make sure that we have enough, which of course we don't right at this moment. And figure out what temperature it needs to be such that when you push the button and say load, by the time it's loaded, it hasn't cooled down too far. I guess is the only answer. Because if it cools down too far, it's not pretty. Alright, so let's turn off the... Let's turn off the fueler circuit so we don't put any more fuel into it. And in fact, let's take all the fuel we can get and put it back in the insulated tank. This is off, and why is this off? Oh, because it uses a battery charge that ran out. I put a little power on the battery. When that connects, this is going to light up. This is going to light up. I don't want you to try to load fuel anymore. I want you to get the fuel out of there. So that'll undo what we just did. And then I will, then I will sort out the right temperature and we may be ready to launch. Maybe. All right, anything else at this break time? Anything else to share? Nope, I think that's everything right now. So, rocket soon, spoiled milk soon. Damn, I don't like that. I may have to go to creative mode to get what I want. To do what I want. Because I can't have the milk spoiling. That's just not going to be okay. Difficulty creative. There. Now I'm not gonna die if I don't drink water or whatever. And importantly, my milk's not gonna spoil. And otherwise I'm gonna play it straight up. I'm not using spawn commands or any of the other shit that you can do in creative mode. But I am going to build out, what did it say? Not enough water. Whatever. I am going to build out the milk machine. And I'll show you how that turns out once it's together. All right. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Click, click, click it.